Hi guys, it's Angela with Recover Out Loud. So as promised, today is part one of how my journey into addiction and recovery began. So in order to understand the traumas and pains I experienced, I have to go back to the beginning. So I was raised in a two-parent household with loving parents in Alabama most of my life. I went on to high school, graduated, went on to college, went to Auburn University, and my senior year in college, my dad was murdered. And he was murdered on January 24th, 1992. And anyone who knew me knew that I was a daddy's girl. Like all of those daddy-daughter close bonds that you see on TV, well, that was me and my dad. He was my rock, he was my world. And outside of just your normal teenage drinking in college, I really didn't party. I was 9 times out of 10 the designated driver. I didn't really care for the taste of alcohol, but I did drink some, I won't lie. But I had never done any kind of rugs. Somehow I managed to get through college, and I just had a really hard time finding peace in the small town I grew up in, because everywhere I looked over my shoulder because my dad's killer was never caught, so I was always questioning who it was. And that was very hard for me. So at 26, I ended up moving to St. Louis, Missouri, where my aunt and uncle owned their own business. I ended up going to work for them. From there, I didn't know anyone, so on my birthday that year, I went out by myself to a line dancing place and met my now ex-husband. And we started dating, dated 2.5 years, you know the works. Fell in love, got married, and then I got pregnant. And my first child was stillborn. A year later, I got pregnant again, and my son was stillborn. And I was told I would never have children. And somehow, by a miracle, I ended up pregnant with my only living child, and I found out on January 24th, 1999, which was 7 years to the day that my dad had been killed. And she's healthy, she's beautiful, she's now 26, and she was my miracle baby. But right after she was born, I had to have a complete hysterectomy due to having stage 4 endometriosis that was spreading to other organs that I couldn't lose. I was in pain all the time. And due to that surgery, I ended up with a blood clot that went undetected, that got to my brain, causing me to have a brain aneurysm and a stroke. As a result of that, I was put on medication that I was told was non-addictive. And being the trusting person that I was, trusting that my doctors had my well-being at heart, began taking it and was on it for 3 years before abruptly being cut off. And we're going to stop there. And if you want to hear more, join me tomorrow for part 2, and I will tell you how my story continues. See you next time.